Time to see if I remember how any of this works. Hey, people. If there are any people. Hello. It's been months. Months and months. I'm not sure I remember what I was doing in Serpent Isle, but damned if I'm going to, like, start over so I can figure that out. So, we'll be where we are. And, with the holidays coming up, I cannot promise that I will get back to this a lot over the next little bit. I'm going to be traveling and stuff. But, you know, as I frequently say, hopefully it won't be as long before the next one. But I have had a variety of health issues that are all very minor in the grand scheme of things, but have been things like I had a cough for 5.5 weeks and just did not want to try streaming. I had throat issues. I didn't want to talk as much as you need to for a stream. So it is what it is. But let's see what the heck was going on. Okay. I was... We'll see how my throat does today. Oh boy. I was hanging out here waiting for Luther to come out so that I could talk to him about the shield. I tried this for a while last time, and it never worked. So instead, I realized that what I think I need to do is camp out at his house. Now, question is, do I remember where his house is? It's not on this street. So, in between the last time I played and now, just a couple days after the last time I played, I booted this up, stood around for hours trying to get Luther's attention as he came out of the lists here or whatever. And then I did find his house and confirm that from there I could trigger the dialogue options towards trying to get Dupre's shield back from him. I then didn't save, nuked it so that I could actually do that part on stream. And then spent 6 months not playing, and so I don't remember where the house was. However, the wiki on Ultima Codex, while it does not have a map that is complete enough to show all the houses and who lives in them, it happens to mention in a, just miscellaneous trivia section that Luther's quarters are on the corner of Pedigar Street and Roland Street. This is Roland Street as determined by the street sign that I just visited. So let's see. That's Pedigar, so this is probably Luther's house. Yeah, this looks right. So I'm just going to kind of veg here for a little bit. I think what I did last time actually, which I can't do here because it's in the middle of the street, was I camped out for a couple of hours and then I went and I woke him up in his house. So maybe that's the correct play from here. I'm not sure how long I need to sleep. That's one problem. I hope it'll let me sleep in here. Okay. Alright, I can sleep here. Let's try 2 hours and see what happens. I so hate that the bedroll just sits on the ground. I think in every playthrough of this game that I have done, I have at some point or another forgotten my bedroll. This is not the right house. This is not my beautiful house. There he is. Let's bother him until he wakes up. Wakey, wakey. They eventually get annoyed if you wander around their beds too much. Well, yes. There, see? But then, once he's awake, like, they didn't give him any different dialogue to be cranky about the fact that I just roused him out of bed. Also, he was real fast about making that bed. New shield. I used to read the dialogue as it came through because I've been having throat issues for over a year. I don't want to do that much talking anymore, so I'm going to try to leave it up on screen long enough for people to read it if they want to. I'm not going to speed through it. I read pretty fast, so I deliberately don't key it to that, but I'm not going to be reading all the dialogue anymore. I say that and then I just kind of blew through that bit a little faster than I should have. You are a liar. Guess honesty is obviously not the virtue here. What is your father's name? Also, I need to decide at what point I want to do Silver Seed. Probably after I've acquired my spellbook back, I think. Yeah. I mean, the main reason to do Silver Seed is for the ring. The ring doesn't do me any good if I don't have the spellbook yet, so... God, what a douche. Ah. Yay, insolence. I am the goat. That's not where the list fields are, I hate to tell you. But I'll bet he teleports there if I head there now. Having gotten to this point, I am going to save. Yeah, waiting for Luther. Because I certainly don't want to, you know, have gone through all of that and then lose this fight and have to reload. List field's closed at 6, so I can't do anything here until 9 a.m., which is 15 hours from now. But this is literally the last thing I need to do in Monitor before I take off and go and start doing the next town. So I kind of have two options here. Go off and do another town and then wander back to Monitor sometime when the clock happens to be right, and then just do this. Or lay out the bedroll and just sleep for 15 hours so that I can just be done with Monitor. I'd say it's a waste of food, but I think the game lets me steal any of the food in here that I want. And there's not that much left, so apparently I already have. We're not as hungry as I expected after a 14-hour wait. Okay, 7 minutes. That I can just wait out. Suppose I should save. Then I have to decide what order to do things in. Hit Fawn next, which puts off Silverseed for a bit. Visit Moonshade long enough to gather some stuff, but then leave and do Fawn and or Silverseed. So I don't want to take Moonshade to the point where I get sent to the Mountains of Freedom until I've done Fawn, I think. It's been I played this in college and have not played it through since that playthrough. So it has not quite been 30 years since I last fully played this, but it's close. So, hey, oh, phew, that was a little more time than needed. All right, let's see if this works. I don't think that's the right thing. Like starting a spar. Is Luther even in here? Yes. Okay. Okay, we're just having this conversation again. Do I say I want to train with Luther? This doesn't seem right. I don't think this is doing what I... Well, let's find out what happens if I win. That was not useful. Hey, Moody Mystery. I'm having issues. I'm going to go back to this one. Maybe you can help me figure out what sequence of events I'm supposed to be doing at this point. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I wasn't really looking. Thank you for the raid. Hello, everyone. Welcome into my stream. I'm going to pause this. This is my first time back at this for like 6 months. I had been playing it for a while earlier. I played Ultima 7 on stream and some Martian Dreams on stream. Possibly the whole game? I don't remember. Health issues took me off streaming for a while. I am hoping to be back on a somewhat more, less occasional schedule. I'm not even going to dignify it with more regular. But because I keep saying that and then I keep having small streams or small gaps in streams. So I mostly stream. I'm working my way through the Ultima series in order, playing every single game, with the exception of the Game Boy games and Mount Drash. This means that during this run through the series, it was my first time ever playing either of the Worlds of Ultima games, Savage Empire and Martian Dreams, and either of the Ultima Underworlds. I'm now through those, finally. I beat Ultima Underworld 2, I don't know, about a year ago, I guess, and started Serpent Isle. I also occasionally, instead of Serpent Isle, will stream random Commodore games. I was playing Sci-Fi Trading Company most recently. And I used to use this channel to sometimes stream game dev stuff, but that hasn't happened in some years. So if any of that sounds interesting, hang out. It's good to see you, people. If you followed along on the raid, if you do what I often do and followed along on the raid and then just looked at the stream for a couple of seconds and wandered off to do something else, then that's perfectly reasonable. I cannot blame you. College, Commodore games were definitely an issue for me in middle school and high school. By college, the issues were MUDs and the first Civ. And Master of Magic when that came out. And Heroes of Might and Magic. Those were my problems. But so I'm trying to get Dupre's shield back from Luther. I have insulted him, and he said, meet me at the list fields. So I wandered over to the list fields, but they closed already. So the next thing that I did was I slept for 15 hours, which is how long it took for the list fields to reopen. And having done so, Luther's just in there doing the thing he does. And I can't figure out... Okay, so he's still just here. Yeah, so his dialogue does not acknowledge that I insulted him anymore. So maybe I feel like I've broken something because... Well, let me... Whoops. That seems to have been like a cheat code or something. That's not what I meant. I'm going to reload to me waiting for 9 o'clock and see if fight rather than train is what I need to do. But... Well, this says reading. Yeah, well, the thing is, I went in and then I said I'd like to train, and I do have training points. Selected Luther, fought him and won, and then he was just like, "Okay, great, congratulations," and the game automatically had me leave the list field, and the shield didn't come up at all. So do I need to beat him in a fight in the list field and then wait an entire rest of the day for him to go off duty from the list field again and then find him in his house, and then having beaten him, he'll now give me the shield? That seems plausible. Looking at Luther's page on the Ultimate Codex wiki, it says, should the Avatar discover this and ask for the item's return, Luther would initially lie and claim the shield as a family heirloom. If I'm spoiling stuff, then I'll just stop talking. I thought that you were one of the people on my stream that knew the game inside and out, but maybe that was just Ultima Underworlds 2. Certainly, if Lumina Dragon showed up here, he could tell me. But the wiki thing says he'll return it should he be bested by one of the Avatar's company on the list field. So, basically, this is the last thing I need to do in Monitor. I've done everything else that I know of here. I have the, on Night, I have the Helm of Monitor or the Helm of Courage or whatever the heck they call it. Helm of Courage, there it is. And getting Dupre's shield back is the last thing I need to do here before I move on and do either Fawn or Moonshade. So let's see what happens if I say fight. Okay, no, I don't want this because I'm pretty sure that if you go in with fight, you have a mass melee with everybody. Need to wait 4 minutes again. Should really resave this game when I get to 9 o'clock. But it doesn't really take that long to get through this. So, yeah. See. Yeah, so I'm familiar with the whole game loosely because I did, finish it when it first came out. But I haven't played much further than this since then. So I don't remember details like how to get this bit going. Pikeman's inability to raise his voice is annoying. So, okay, I will train. I'll train myself. I could use more carrying capacity. Yeah, fine. I'm going to select the battle axe because I'm using a magic axe these days. Doop-de-doo. Alright, we'll do this again. The most annoying thing about this is needing to put my inventory back, put the correct weapons and stuff back in my hands instead of the bags that show up in my hands when it resorts this. Alright, well that fight meant better. Will you talk to me? No, I just get sent back here. Turns my equipment. I've got freaking bags in my hands. That's my potions bag. Oh, my shield's on my back. That's fine. Okay. That's back to that. So, hey, Luther. You talk to me through this door? Now you'll just say at me a lot. Doop-de-doo. I had managed to start a dialogue with him through the door last time, But then foolishly I reloaded because I thought this wasn't working. I thought there were stairs up there from that side. Stupid fog. Go away. Yeah, you can ask him about the shield, and if you haven't beaten him yet, he spins a whole lie about having inherited it from his father. I'm just trying to see if I can even get him to do dialogue with me. Maybe I should go to bed for 6.5 hours. And I feel like he's trying to talk to me because he's not going about his normal routines. So, like, I think he's failing to pathfind to me or something. Alright, I'm gonna nap for another goddamn 6 hours. Anyway, you were just streaming. How was your stream? What were you playing? Was it this? To walk around a little bit to get my party members to not be standing right on the thingy. Oh, yes, I can math. I swear I can math. Ah, that sounds brutal. How'd it go? Iron Man Wizard. I have actually never played. Okay, no, I lied. I was about to say I had never played a wizardry game, but there was one that came out like 10 years ago, maybe, for PlayStation. And I played it for a little while, and then I got bored and didn't go back to it. Woof. How recoverable is death in Wizardry 7 Iron Man mode? Like, obviously, full party death is a problem, but can you go to the temple and get the dead people resurrected? I don't see Luther in here. Maybe he's in the center. Maybe he's already left. Why did I go down here? That's not the way out. All right, let's go stake out Luther's house again. Avatar's a bit of a stalker. A lot of these knights look the same. I keep clicking on that guy thinking he's Luther. Okay, Luther's not home at the moment. So I can just veg here until he is. What are you doing in here? Wandering in and out of all the houses? I mean, that's one way to be on guard, I suppose. You can use a stone, amulet, scroll, or potion to resurrect. Resurrecting with a potion seems interesting. Like, how do you get them to drink it? They're dead. I guess it's not that different than resurrecting them with a pill coated in chocolate. And the Princess Bride is the greatest thing ever, so I'll accept it. Hold on. Templar, okay. How big is the party? 6? Six characters. So you lost half of them, but you're still up and going. Now, do you have a stone, amulet, scroll, or potion for each of your 3 dead companions? Or do you now need to try to farm such things with only 3 people? Most of my Iron Man gaming has been in Zangband, so that's just you're dead. Doesn't even have the Amulet of Life Preservation like NetHack does. On the other hand, you can't pick up the corpse of a cockatrice without gloves on, so it kind of comes out as in the wash. Okay, that's good. Did they lose XP or stats or something for being dead and then being resurrected? Very first edition D&D-ish. Permanently lose a point of constitution. Probably in the tavern or something, but if I wander off to the tavern and try to find him, he'll come back here and go to bed. Woof. Does Iron Man also mean no other reloading? You know, no losing 3 people and reloading to before that happened? That makes sense. Is the game crash prone? 2 guards yelling at each other, move on! Love that they haven't cleaned up the corpse. Alright, Luther's not here. Now let's see if he returned home in the time it spent me to come here and check for him. Fingers crossed you won't hit any crashes. No. Also, I just noticed under trivia section for Luther, the last thing says dueling him for the shield is only possible by training with him, meaning you have to have enough training points. And also that it's imperative to save before you start that fight, because you'll still train and spend the training points whether you win or lose, but you have to win to gain his respect enough that he'll give you the shield back. Now, if I could just find him to get the shield back. Nobody should be in here at this point. It closed at 6. Alright, I'm not seeing anybody. That's good. Checking to see if maybe Luther got confused and stopped at the spot where I was trying to talk to him from earlier. Should also remember that I can drive party motion with numpad, and that's not as bad on my RSI. Though the game is not quite as responsive as it is with the mouse. Where the hell is he? Where does he go when he's not at home, at the list fields? Oh, probably the training hall. Duh. See in here? Is that him? That's him. Okay. New shield. Okay, yeah, that's what I needed to do. Which means it would have saved me time if I could have just come here and trained with him. But okay, Dupre's shield is now on my back. Which means now I actually should change what weapon. I could make him like a real tank. Antique armor. God, I gotta get him better stuff. So how about we put the torch away? Put that at his side. Okay, how about you just use this? Can we put this on your back? Yes. Okay. Now you can take the sword of defense and your old shield. And I'll give you your bow sometimes, but not always. What the hell is this? Wooden sword? Oh, that must be Cantra's sword that I need to track later. Okay, I have finished monitor. I am goddamn saving. And so now we have the question that I was asking earlier when I don't think anybody was here yet. which is, what order do I do things from here? I feel like the order that is most intuitively being proposed by the game is that I go to Fawn from here because I've already been there once to get the herb to cure my poison. I didn't explore the place more than I needed to for that, but let me out. But I would really like my spell book back. And that involves going to Moonshade. I don't want to do too much of Moonshade because I don't want to get sent to the Mountains of Freedom. But I think Moonshade is where my spellbook is. Like once I figure out how to trade for it. This is the problem with, you know, a 6-month gap in a game that doesn't have a quest log. I have not been to Moonshade at all this playthrough. Fawn is obviously a beautiful idea because it is a beautiful place. Fundamentally, the real question is, when do I insert Silver Seed? Because, you know, last time I played, I did Silver Seed as soon as I bought it and installed it. Having it available from the beginning is a little weird. But there's not a lot of point in not a lot of point in visiting it before you have the spell book. Watered my way all the way to the swamps. So yes, I overshot Fawn considerably. I don't remember this area. Oh, the Fellowship area. Right. Yeah, screw you. Okay. Sure. I'll do that. Looks like a storm coming, he says, after it's been thundering for the past... Why is everyone... Ah, okay. Yep. It suddenly occurs to me that it's actually kind of disappointing that we never see YOLO sing Stones. He'll play it, though I'm not sure he ever plays it past Ultima 5 when he, plays a little bit of it when you make camp, but so do all the other bards. But, yeah. Okay, that sure was a thing. Well, you've acquired a loot now. You have even less inventory space. Why are these people hovering around me? So I assume that was triggered by me entering Fawn as a knight. Because I've been to Fawn before, obviously, because you need to come here to get the herbs to cure the poison. The question, I mean, obviously I should return it. The question is, if I say yes, do I return it without mentioning that it must have been swapped with something, so she probably has something of mine? I'm going to look into this real quick before I click anything. Huh? Let me see. Walk through. Okay, doesn't say. Okay, Dupre brings it up. Nice of him. Now that makes it sound like I snuck in for some illicit activities. Given that beauty is functionally love-ish, is beauty's truth just justice? Yes, I'm sure that this is how that will go. All things good and beautiful. I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry. You are technically correct about those sailors. You're also kind of technically correct about me, but only because of Ultima 6. And that was 200 years ago, so I think I get to shed that. At least until it comes up again in Ultima 9 as absolute bullshit. Did it now. Would you say that, YOLO? Don't know what possibly could give you that impression. Leon. You'd think, since he's not even behind the city walls, that the goblins could have just slaughtered the Fellowship, if that was indeed the problem. Honestly, it's a little surprising that they just haven't slaughtered the Fellowship, but that's perhaps a little excessive. I don't love the Fellowship myself, obviously, but, you know, with the exception of Batlin, Hook, Elizabeth, and Abraham, they're mostly duped. I was going to say, I hope I have great captains as a new prompt, because what? I see. I mean, they're out in the rain just as much as you are. She likes to talk. Yeah, fair enough. It's a little late. It's just a guard, right? Yeah. Would like to find Zulith. Yes, I met Alicent when trying to find the herbs. That's rough. Maybe I'll find him in his shop, and maybe at that point he'll actually be willing to exchange his own money for my food, unless he's already eaten the food. That's fair. I basically do agree with you. Didn't we just establish we shouldn't be a dick to this guy? Okay, so this is a little weird. I'm playing a character currently named Magister. The Magister was a D&D character that I played in high school. Now, must have... I didn't know. Obviously, I didn't start him until college. Must have been when I was back home over summer. But I played him on and off for like 20 years. He's one of the main characters I've played. But I named him at the time after the Magister from Moonshade in this. So I knew it was going to get weird when... Because when I played the Ultima series as a kid, I was Golden Flame through all of them. But I didn't play all of them. I just played the numbered series. So when I did my replays, going through all of them and hitting the ones that I had previously missed, I decided that rather than play as Golden Flame, who rolled as a paladin when I played Ultima 4 deliberately, Golden Flame was a paladin that I legitimately rolled the stats for in first edition D&D when I was 11. And that's where my Ultima Dragon name comes from. So I played the whole series as Golden Flame and would make that character be a paladin in any game where that class was available. So starting in 3. Made it through the whole series great. Played him in UO for a little while. But this run through, I'm playing mages everywhere, and I'm being the Magister, who I also played much more in UO. So, yeah. The name the Magister comes from this originally, for me. It was a little weird when the Forgotten Realms started really pushing the Magister as a title for like Elminster and the really high-end wizards there. But yeah, so it's going to be confusing when I see people talk about the Magister over the course of this game, or at least the sections of this game in Moonshade and around people that know Moonshade, because I'm not going to be sure whether they're talking about me or him. But once I make it through Serpent Isle, then I'll be able to. Then I won't have to worry about this namespace collision. That is true. In fact, I killed all of the ones that were in Fawn Tower. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yes, my fine pikeman companions. That's totally who retook the tower. It was always only a matter of time before we all die, turns out. I mean, I do know of him. I've killed him, but yeah, besides that. That is a hilarious question. I do not work for that Magister. I work for this Magister. Yeah, all of that is true. That is true. Even the embodiment of beauty and the oracle believes it. At least she told me it 10 minutes ago. Okay. Maybe that tracks with what she said. That was an easy way to get an audience. You just said they're wonderful people. Yes. Odd. Batlin and Gweno on the same boat? I forgot about that. Amusing that that's not a thing I can follow up on. Bard was turned into a fox and I can't ask about it. Also interesting that YOLO doesn't pop in this, like, he interrupted the crazy dude repeatedly, but say something when somebody has actually met Gweno? Nah. Of course. And some poor bastard with a grain wagon attached to his horses suddenly was trying to pull a boat. Yeah, that's fair. Party on, Garth. Is this the kind of thing you should just be casually telling a random pikeman who's just wandered into the palace? Yeah, this is a lot of stuff that you should not just be saying out loud. I mean, I appreciate the information, but good thinking. I'd wondered what kind of injury would keep you off the sea, because, like, you could be missing a hand, an arm, you have a peg leg, lose an eye, all traditional pirate injuries. But yeah, screw up your back badly enough. I see that. Hello? Why is there a pirate in the room just hanging out? Was that pirate an assassination attempt and we've just kind of skipped forward to talking about it? Apparently so. Just going to ignore this pirate that's just swinging a sword around. I don't know what's supposed to be going on here. Glad to see you're still here. I'm basically trying to talk to everybody in this room and then figure out where Callista lives, which may involve just following her home from here, so I can get the magic armor. At which point I'm probably going to call it a night. But these people talk so goddamn much, I don't know how long that means I'm going to keep playing. I'm told it's closed to outsiders these days. That's okay. Pretty soon you're all gonna die. Rude. Do not know what's going on with that pirate. Pirate is very confused. Okay. How long do you people eat dinner for? Don't even have food on your plates. I'm just waiting for Callista to get up. See, if I walk back in the room, will the pirate come after me? No. All very confusing. Hopefully it's not some plot relevant thing that has misfired somehow. Unlike DOSBox, I can't set exalts to like 300% speed just to make the time pass faster. I mean, I guess I could just run around town and ransack every place until I find the armor. Not sure that would be any faster, but it might be more interesting. Yep, there's that poor confused pirate. I wonder if it would aggro the guards if I attacked the pirate. Alright. Please tell me that you're dinner slash council meeting breaks up at 10. I'm going to guess not, because food just appeared in front of Callista. Oh, but one of the captains is done. This really doesn't make for good streaming content. There's some games that... Yeah. Fortunately, I don't think there's nearly as much in Pagan that cares about timing with the NPC schedules the way that I keep running into here. Well, she's finished her food. Maybe she'll get up at 10:30. How late a schedule do you people keep? Tell you what, I'm going to save here. And I'm going to just randomly ransack some houses. And I don't find it fairly promptly, because I'm now at least half an hour past when I had intended to stop streaming. It's not it. I'm assuming it's not in the locked chest. I seem to recall it's just in a dresser. hell is this? Not where I mean to be. Yeah, this is just the pier. That's fine. All right. Failed to find it. It's now 11 o'clock. Is their little meeting still going? Yep. Something about this area, I don't know if it's the clouds or what, but something slows this game to a goddamn crawl. Oh, you, yes. Very nice. All right. Okay. That is, I mean, fair enough. But that was the thing that I wanted to do before I forgot that it was something that I was supposed to be doing right now, which is to say I got my armor back. So I I'm going to save. And I will continue this sometime in the future. I would love to say that it'll be soon again, but we see how that goes when I say that. So, you know. But instead, what I'm going to do now, because, yeah, I meant to stop streaming around 9:30-ish, and I've got some stuff to do before bed, and bedtime is imminent. So I am going to go ahead and, yeah, let's just raid Galara Dragon. It's the usual play from here. So thank you for being here, Moody Mystery. Thank you, anybody else that's here and just quiet. You know, I'm just glad to have people on the stream, whether you say anything or not. And maybe I will see you again next time. In the meantime, take care of yourself, walk in virtue. I did the thing where I said that before the 10-second countdown for the raid started. All right, we're off. Catch you next time.
Let's either have long carries like this, or start and end off the thread a whole lot more, and then have lots more loose tails hanging off. Golden Flame is raiding.